Hello y'all and welcome back to the channel. Marquita here with late nights early mornings, and I'm actually going to do a nice little overview of my house plants as well as my Aerogarden. So of course we're going to start with the Aerogarden. As you can see, I know I normally just do one or the other, but I'm going to try and squeeze in a little bit of everything because it's been a while since I kind of showed you the house plant progress. So we'll start with this Aerogarden, which you have been watching. This is my Romaine Aerogarden. This is the Aerogarden Bounty Basic machine that I'm growing it in. It is a 9-pod Aerogarden, and as you can see, all of these are romaine lettuce pods, and some are growing faster than others. You can clearly see the romaine lettuce pods here. There are a couple more that still have the domes over them that are growing. You can see that green in there, so that one's growing, and there's some growth peeking back there. It might be a little foggy, hard to see. This one and this one have not sprouted completely yet, but there's some activity going on, so I'm still just going to leave them there. They may or may not sprout. That happens sometimes with the pods. You might get one or two duds, but it's not a frequent occurrence. And as you can see, the majority are doing what they need to do. And like I said, the other two, although they're not as large as those, they are growing. There's actually green lettuce leaves coming up through there, so they're coming along. I'm just envisioning all of the delicious salads that I'm going to be making once this gets a little bit larger. But love romaine's my favorite type of lettuce. But that's how my Aerogarden is doing for now. They have been going for 14, or actually officially 15 days. As you can see, the time is accurate. It is technically Sunday morning, 1:38 a.m. But yeah, so this is day 15 for them, and I did just add my first dose of plant food other than when I initially started the garden. So this is the first time I had to add more plant food. It's still running off the initial water that I put in there, and again, that's the water indicator, so we're still good there. So everything's looking nice so far. So this is about 2 weeks worth of growth from nothing to this. Next to that Aerogarden, we have my Raven ZZ. It's called that because it is, of course, a little darker than your traditional ZZ plant, which I also have two regular ones, one in here and one in one of my bedrooms. This is not going to be his permanent home. This is just a temporary situation until I figure out where I want to put it. I think I want to put it in my room. Here's my neon. Again, this is a temporary home for the neon pothos, and so I figure out where I want to put it. But for now, it's hanging out next to my other Aerogarden, which is not active right now. So let's go over to the other majorities. Majority of my plants, so this is in my living room, dining room area. So majority of my plants on the left hand side, where basically my living room area is, and you'll see that. So these are right above my TV here in the living room, and we have a nerve plant, which also has another name, and I can't remember what it was called right now, but it's a nerve plant, and it's like the pink variation. Then we have another ZZ, and this is like the standard ZZ with the green coloring compared to the black Raven ZZ. The red the Chinese evergreen. This is the red edition here. As you can see, it's developing and growing. It is a slow growing plant, so you're not going to see it like sprout super fast, but it's doing fine up there. I probably need to add water. It's a self-watering plant. All of them are actually in self-watering containers. Let's see. Moving over, we have more of a display. This is on the other side of my TV. Hopefully the light won't mess up what you can see so far. Two more pothos. We have a golden pothos here, and then we have the Manjula pothos on the end with the white variation there. It's actually been doing really well. It likes the warmer climate, so now as we're getting warmer, it's been in the 80s lately, so of course it's been warmer in the house too. I don't change my AC settings. I'm a hot nature person, but it's been warmer in general. So all of this is kind of like new growth where it's just green and you don't see any white variation yet. Those are all new leaves that's come within the past like week or so. So it is living its best life for sure. And this is my peace lily. As you can see, there's actually a little folded up leaf right there that's coming in. And I've had a few new leaves that have come in. There's another folded leaf. Most leaves start off, they come in folded like that. So it's doing pretty well. I haven't seen any blooms recently, so I'm gonna check it out. Sometimes they hide, and until I start like kind of really looking down in the plant, then I'll start to see the lily blooms. But it blooms randomly and surprises me and treats me every now and then. All right, so here we have the Brazil philo that, as you can see, starts down here. It really doesn't start, but ends here, and we're gonna go backwards. It's just chilling, hanging out over my door. These are actually two different vine settings. So there's one that goes all the way down that's hanging, that's one vine, and there's another that stops somewhere like right above the door. So there's actually two different ones, as you can see, and there's the base. This plant is still my little miracle baby. It came from one leaf. So if you guys are like, oh, I just got a cutting, or maybe you bought a small starter plant and something happened to it, that's what happened to me. This all came from one leaf. So I love the variation on these leaves. They almost look like somebody took a paintbrush. It doesn't even look real. Nature's paintbrush is so beautiful. So there you go with those. Another golden. Actually, both of those are golden. Growing and doing their own thing. I think I may end up snipping and repotting some of this because I'm just not feeling the way this is hanging down. Even though it's very full at the end, look at how viney and leggy it is here up here, and I feel like I could, grow that and make it more like this, a little fuller and thicker. But my golden pothos, they doing whatever they like. Then we have the chocolate waffle plant here. It's still living its best life. One of my aloe plants. And this is the marginata, bicolor marginata plant here. Still growing and thriving. It's actually two of them, as you can see. Didn't realize that when I bought it until I repotted it. My other aloe down here, living its best life. There's a baby sprout you can't see, but it's sprouting out over there. It's kind of hidden in between. It's hard for me to get without moving everything around, but you can see it sprouted a little baby. And this one actually has two as well. There's the younger one, and then that was the original. And when they do things like that, it's always a good sign. It means they're loving their life, because they're recreating. So we have here, this is a variation of a peperonia plant. So again, it's just a different, usually they're solid green. Y'all know by now I like my colors in variated plants, so there we go. Over here we have the polka dot plant doing this thing. It's very multicolored, and I like that. That's one of the reasons I purchased it. You can see it's living its best life. And then here we have the Camille plant, also living its best life. I've never had a Camille plant before, and really had never seen one to my knowledge, or at least that I can remember. So yeah, I really like that little plant. It's cute. And down below we just have, I put my Snow White waffle plants here side by side. This is the older one, and this is the one, that one in the middle is kind of like the newer one that I got this year from Lowe's since I've been here in Richmond. But I've had this one for about 2 years now. And that is pretty much it for my house plant tour, other than the two that I have in my second bedroom / office. Those are, I have another ZZ plant, so it looks like this one's green like this one, and then I also have a small snake plant in there. So that is all for my plant updates. Hope everyone is having success with their house plants as well, if you have any, and if you're thinking about getting any, what is on your list. Thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to like and subscribe so that you can continue to see more cool houseplant updates like these. See you next time.